Imagine a garden where every plant has its place, balanced over centuries. Each species has evolved alongside its neighbors, forming a delicate web of relationships, roots intertwined, pollinators buzzing, and nutrients cycling in harmony. This balance is the result of countless generations adapting to one another and to the land itself. Now picture a newcomer, fast-growing, aggressive, and unconstrained by local rules. It doesn't respect the boundaries that have kept the garden in balance. Instead, it pushes aside its neighbors, growing faster and spreading farther than anything around it. This is an invasive plant, a species introduced to a new environment where it doesn't belong. Often it arrives by accident or through human activity, sometimes even planted intentionally for beauty or utility, without understanding the risks. Without its natural enemies, it spreads unchecked, outcompeting native plants for sunlight, water, and nutrients. The invader can quickly dominate, forming dense thickets or mats that smother the diversity that once thrived. In its homeland, predators and diseases keep it in balance. There, insects, fungi, and animals have evolved to feed on it, keeping its growth in check and allowing other species to flourish alongside it. Here, it's a biological conqueror. Free from those natural controls, it can transform entire landscapes, replacing the rich tapestry of native life with a single, overwhelming presence. Not all foreign plants are invasive. Many live peacefully as non-native species. They may add beauty or variety without disturbing the natural order, coexisting with native plants and wildlife. The difference? Invasive plants actively disrupt the ecosystem, unraveling the web of life. They can alter soil chemistry, change fire patterns, and even affect the animals that depend on native plants for food and shelter. They trigger chain reactions, threatening the delicate balance that took millennia to form. The loss of native plants can lead to declines in insects, birds, and mammals, rippling through the entire ecosystem. An invasive plant is a traveler turned tyrant, admired in one place, destructive in another. What's a harmless garden? Beauty in one country can become a relentless invader in another, with consequences no one intended. Its silent invasion can reshape entire landscapes, often with devastating consequences. Forests, wetlands, and grasslands can be forever changed, their original character lost. Understanding this distinction is the first step in recognizing the challenge. By learning to spot invasive plants, we can begin to protect the places we love. These invaders threaten to shatter the balance of nature. Their spread is a warning sign, a call to action for everyone who values biodiversity. Recognizing their impact is crucial to protecting our natural world. Through awareness and action, we can help restore balance and give native species a fighting chance. The story of invasive plants is one of unintended consequences and urgent action. By understanding their role, we can all play a part in defending the ecosystems that sustain us. Invasive plants often hitch a ride with us, clinging to our boots, hiding in the treads of our shoes, or catching a lift on the tires of our vehicles as we move from place to place. Even a simple walk through a forest trail can unknowingly transport seeds to new locations. Seeds can also stow away in shipments of soil and grain, traveling vast distances inside cargo holds, sacks, or even in the tiniest specks of dirt. These hidden passengers can cross continents before anyone notices. Sometimes we introduce them on purpose, drawn by their beauty or usefulness in gardens. Ornamental plants, chosen for their vibrant colors or unique shapes, can escape cultivation and take root in the wild, where they may outcompete native species. But plants are built to spread. Birds, wind, and water can carry their seeds far beyond our fences, dispersing them across fields, forests, and waterways. Even a single gust of wind or a passing animal can help a seed travel miles from its origin. Aquatic invaders often escape from backyard ponds or aquariums, sometimes when people dump unwanted plants into local waterways. These species can quickly clog rivers and lakes, choking out native aquatic life and disrupting entire ecosystems. Even cargo ships play a role, transporting seeds and tiny organisms in their ballast water. When ships release this water in distant ports, they can introduce new species to completely different environments, often with dramatic results. Our global trade and travel create endless pathways for these species to move. Every plane, truck, and shipping container is a potential vehicle for seeds to cross borders and oceans, making the world more connected and more vulnerable than ever before. A single, unnoticed plant can start a slow-motion invasion, transforming landscapes over time. What begins as a tiny sprout in an unexpected place can, over years or decades, spread and dominate entire habitats. The initial escape is often small, almost invisible, but the consequences can be massive. Invasive plants can overwhelm native ecosystems, reduce biodiversity, and alter the balance of nature in ways that are difficult to reverse. Every traveler, every shipment, is a potential vector for invasion. Whether it's a hiker's backpack, a suitcase, or a package in the mail, the risk of spreading invasive species is always present. The story of invasive plants is a story of human connection and unintended spread. Our desire to explore, trade, and connect with the world brings both opportunity and responsibility. Our actions, even small ones, can set the stage for dramatic ecological change. Simple habits, like cleaning boots or disposing of plants properly, can make a big difference in preventing new invasions. Preventing new invasions starts with understanding how easily they can begin, and recognizing that each of us plays a part in protecting our landscapes for the future. Once established, invasive plants unleash their power through prolific reproduction. A single plant can produce thousands, sometimes millions of seeds each season. Their seeds travel by wind, water, or animals, and can survive for years in the soil. Many also spread by cloning themselves, sending out runners or roots that sprout new plants. Even a tiny fragment can start a new colony, making eradication tough. These plants are tough, adaptable, and thrive in a wide range of conditions. They often leaf out earlier and stay green longer, outpacing native competitors. Their combination of rapid growth, clever dispersal, and resilience is a recipe for domination. The result? A landscape quickly overtaken, with native species pushed to the margins. This is how a single invader can transform an entire ecosystem. Invasive plants wage a quiet war for sunlight, water, and nutrients. They grow faster and taller, casting dense shade that starves native plants below. Underground, their roots aggressively absorb resources, leaving little for others. Some even release chemicals to suppress competitors, a form of botanical warfare. The result is a loss of plant diversity. Vibrant meadows become monotonous green carpets. Native plants, the foundation of the ecosystem, are systematically erased. Their disappearance weakens the entire habitat, from soil stability to wildlife shelter. The unique character of a place fades as a single species takes over. This silent struggle ends with the invader's victory, but at a tremendous ecological cost. The landscape's complexity and resilience are lost. What remains is a simplified, impoverished system. The true price is paid by every living thing that once depended on native diversity. When native plants vanish, so do the insects that depend on them. Many insects, like monarch caterpillars, can only eat specific native plants. Invasive species often offer no food or are even toxic to these specialists. Without their host plants, insect populations crash. This loss ripples up the food chain. Birds, frogs, and mammals all suffer. Songbirds, for example, rely on caterpillars to feed their young. A forest overtaken by invaders becomes eerily silent, lacking the insects and birds it once supported. The decline spreads to all creatures that depend on a rich supply of insects. What starts as a change in plant life triggers a collapse in animal life. The ecosystem is starved from the bottom up, breaking vital links in the food web. Invasive plants don't just take food, they change the very structure of habitats. Native animals are adapted to the shapes and patterns of local plants. When invaders take over, they alter nesting sites, shelter, and cover. Dense thickets may block out light or leave animals exposed to predators. Some creatures, unable to move or adapt, face local extinction. The loss of suitable habitat forces animals to compete for dwindling resources. Each lost plant, insect, or bird is a thread cut from the ecosystem's web. As more threads are lost, the web weakens and unravels. What was once a rich, interconnected community becomes a barren landscape. The dominance of a single invader leaves few animals behind. The result is a simplified, fragile system, far less resilient than before. Kudzu, brought from Asia to the American South, was once praised for its beauty and utility. Planted for erosion control, it soon escaped, growing up to a foot a day in ideal conditions. Without natural enemies, Kudzu smothered forests, fields, and even buildings. Its dense canopy blocks sunlight, killing trees and creating ghostly landscapes. The result? A monoculture where only kudzu thrives, and native diversity vanishes. The soil changes, and the ecosystem becomes a biological desert. Millions are spent trying to control its relentless spread. Kudzu's story is a cautionary tale, how a well-intentioned introduction can spiral into disaster. It shows the power of a single invasive plant to transform entire regions. The lesson: even the most promising plants can become relentless invaders. Invasive plants don't just threaten individual species, they have the power to reshape entire ecosystems, altering the very fabric of the landscapes we depend on. Along riverbanks, invaders like salt cedar change soil chemistry, making it harder for native plants to survive, and increase erosion, which can lead to collapsing banks and muddy waters downstream. In fire-prone regions, invasive grasses form thick, continuous carpets of flammable fuel, causing wildfires to burn hotter, spread faster, and occur more frequently than ever before. These intense fires devastate native plant communities, clearing the way for invaders to spread even further and making it harder for native species to recover. In wetlands, aggressive species like phragmites form dense, impenetrable stands, outcompeting native plants, consuming precious water and drying out habitats that once teemed with life. Floating invaders such as water hyacinth create thick mats that block sunlight, deplete oxygen, and suffocate fish and aquatic life, turning vibrant waterways into lifeless zones. The end result is a simplified, degraded landscape with fewer plant and animal species, less resilience to change, and a diminished ability to provide the services we rely on. Invasive plants disrupt water cycles, alter fire regimes, and even impact local economies by reducing agricultural productivity and increasing management costs. Healthy ecosystems are complex, interconnected, and full of life. When invaders take over, they erase this richness, leaving behind a shadow of what once was. The battle against invasive plants is about more than just aesthetics. It's about protecting the natural processes that sustain life, from clean water to fertile soil and stable climates. Every invasion chips away at biodiversity, weakens the land's ability to recover from disturbance, and threatens the future of countless species, including our own. The stakes are high. Our landscapes, natural resources, and the future health of our planet all depend on the outcome of this struggle. Defending against invaders is essential for a healthy, stable world, and for preserving the beauty and diversity of nature for generations to come. The fight against invasive plants starts with us. Prevention is key. Choose native plants for your garden and avoid known invaders. Clean boots, boats, and gear to stop seeds from hitching a ride. Simple actions, clean, drain, dry, can prevent new invasions. Join local efforts to remove invasive species and restore native habitats. Every weed pulled and every native plant cultivated is a win for biodiversity. Educate yourself and others. Awareness is a powerful tool. Our collective choices shape the future of our ecosystems. Protecting native diversity is everyone's responsibility. Together, we can defend the rich tapestry of life for generations to come.